It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang. So, I'm going to address the elephant in the room because it's been brought to my attention that my ex-husband is out here in these streets disturbing individuals as he always has, and I have been brought into this. Let me first say, this chapter of my life is closed. I have moved on. It's been more than 10 years. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm good. Okay? But after I say this, let's just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to address it anymore because I have nothing to do with this. This is my past life. The book is closed. Okay? So Legion, as y'all call him, is a despicable, nasty, and vile individual. I fell for the trap over 10 years ago. Yes, he was charming, and I was broken mentally. Okay? Understand, self-love was not here at all for me to actually love myself enough to understand that this is not love. He manipulated me. He loved-bombed me. All of the, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that and everything else. Yes, all of these things were said to me. Guess what? None of it happened. He's manipulative, and he literally tried to ruin my life. He had family turn against me because he wanted to tell people lies about me and things of that nature. And unfortunately, he's very, very good at what he does. It took me many, many, many years to get past that. I have healed. And with this situation being brought back to me, it's like cutting me back open with a dagger because I was already healed up. The Band-Aid had been left. I've gotten married. I'm happy. Been good, right? But this man is a pathological liar. He gave up all types of promises, but to the cars and houses just like Reesa. But guess what? None of that ever came to pass, right? So I just need for people to know that this situation was traumatic as hell for me. And then I hear about, because I've not watched any of the videos, because for what? Like, it's not my business anymore. I feel bad for anybody that he comes into contact with, and I will tell any female that sees his picture, don't ever, just let it go. Because he needs some serious mental help, and he needs to be evaluated and be locked away. So that's what I will say. And as far as like me not filing for divorce, I didn't file for divorce because I was afraid for my life. I didn't want to be served. In order for me to file, I would have to tell him where exactly I was. And I didn't want him to know that. So no, I absolutely was not filing because I was afraid at the time. But guess what? It was ended before it even really started. But at the same token, I still was very, very, very not mentally, in love with myself. So that's one of the things that really got me. So I genuinely feel empathy for the women that have been down his path. When all this stuff was going on with him and I, there was no social media, TikTok or anything like that. But at the same token, I just wanted to heal through my processes. I didn't want to sit there and have to tell the whole world my business because I'm a very private person and I don't do drama. I will also say this. I did not hit Legion at all. I did not hit this man. He went to jail because he was impersonating a police officer, telling people that he was a detective of the police department in Atlanta, Georgia. And that is why he went to jail. Also for stalking one of the guards that were over where we lived at. That is why he went to jail. So he didn't go to jail because of we never went to court about me putting my hands on him. My son did, yes, interact with him. And my son, yes, he did put his hands on him because he threatened me for the last time. And enough was enough. As you go through life, you can either sit down and continue to take it, or you can get up and triumph and do what you need to do so that you can make your life better. And at that point, enough was enough for me. I was done. I was no longer going to be the victim because I'm not a victim. I'm not a doormat. You can't step on me. You can't do whatever you want to do to me and me take it. So I left. I will also say I need people to understand this is my life we're talking about, right? So this situation is triggering, but it's triggering me because it needs to be said. But it's one of those things where I was okay with not saying it. I was good. After this conversation, after I'm done saying my piece, if anybody wants to actually, know how I healed from all of this, you're more than welcome to go, click into my link on my Ms. Missouri page on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to listen to my show tonight, because my Health, My Mind, and Body radio show is literally about healing. And my show tonight is about elevating your mental. And I've been elevating my mental for years. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. You know why? Because I've done a lot of work to get past all that shit that was going on in my past. So all that, Reesa, Teesa, I pray, honey, that you get the healing that you need, sweetie, because guess what? It took me time, and I pray that you get the healing that you need. And anybody else, Vivian or anybody else, I pray that you guys get the healing that you need, because this situation is not easy. But I hope that you guys really get the healing that you need, so that way you guys can move forward in your life, because it's possible to have a love of your life after all of this trauma. It is very possible. So with that being said, you guys, I really hope that, this will be on my end anyways. You guys can continue talking about it if you like, but I'm done, because I'm not a victim. I got out and I moved on. I am not attached to this man. Don't want to be attached to this man. He's out of my life. Been out of my life all of these years, and don't want to have anything to do with him. So that's just that. If anybody wants to know how I triumphed through all of this, because I have to go into obviously more details, you guys can go ahead and go onto my show, and I'll go ahead and put the link on my Facebook, and I'll also put it here on TikTok for you guys to be able to see.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we stay in lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Wizard Deals. He keeps it lit, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Click the links down below in the description. Use the discount code everydaypj at checkout to save 15% off, or to save, because they vary based on the website that you choose. But yes, check it out, man. We got Legions, as we know to be, aka Jerome McCoy. We got Legion's first wife, Missouri. She's actually a hip hop artist, and she makes some fairly decent music. But let's get into her story. We got to get to her story, because this is just the interlude.
Oh my God.
It's the first, another one. Another victim of Jerome.
No, I'm only on here because I get to collaborate Reesa Teesa's story. I too survived Legion, aka Jerome McCoy, aka Rome McCoy, aka out of Augusta, aka Pathological Liar, aka I'm from Philly, aka I had to call the police to get this man out of my apartment in Clayton County. And by the grace of God, the situation went the way that it went, because the police had to put a restraining order on him not to come back to my home, my property. I mean, it wasn't a restraining order. It was like a trespassing order. I'm sorry. I want to get it right. That he agreed to. And the police had to come to my home at like 11, 12 o'clock that night when I was putting this stuff out, and again that morning, because I had to figure out a way to get his pathological, weird, narcissistic behind out of my home. And I'm not laughing at Reese. I'm totally not. I'm not even laughing at the situation. I'm laughing because I know what kind of trauma came behind that short period of time relationship. He lied to my family, told my family he played for the Cowboys or something like that. I don't know. And my sister and my family can collaborate the story. We spent Christmases together, like holidays. We lived together, like we physically lived together. The same shoes that he posted in one of his videos, it was some felines, some black felines. Girl, guy, I got them shoes from Shoe Show on Old National in Atlanta, Georgia. They were some felines, and he wanted some peanut butter bottom felines because I had, at the time that was really popular, I could say 2014, peanut butter bottom shoes was really popular. Ever had peanut butter bottom Air Force Ones? Peanut butter bottom. Everybody wanted some peanut butter bottom, which is the brown gummy looking bottoms on their kick. So I had that. He probably got some Jordans. It was some stuff that we got for Christmas. Now where he get this money from, y'all, I don't know. But I will tell you this, brother couldn't keep a job, would not keep a job more than a few months. Probation officer showed up at my door one day, told me I really don't know who I'm dealing with, but she wouldn't give me no freaking details. Clayton County, y'all ought to be ashamed. I should sue y'all now because he probably had done this to other women, which is why he was on probation, more than likely. But come to find out, as the son of the other woman that he was with prior, I got it fresh, y'all. I'm talking about fresh, like the guy who beat him up. I got him fresh. He actually got locked up when we were talking for violation of probation. They pulled him over, and somehow, I don't even remember back then, like he got pulled over. They saw that he had a warrant for his arrest. He got taken to Clayton County then. That was probably like in 2015. The probation people, they ended up letting him out. He was only in there for maybe about 3 weeks or so, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, was begging to get out, thought I was finna post bail. I was like, no. Thought he was finna get in my pockets. I was like, no. Thought he was coming back. I was like, no, you gotta go. Y'all, he walked from Clayton County, and I'll tell y'all now, he walked from Clayton County jail to my apartment, which I'm not gonna tell y'all exactly, but it was off West Fayetteville Road, gated community. Walked from Clayton County jail to my apartment one morning, like they released him or something, and he walked to come back to my apartment. And I was like, how did you get here? What happened? You know, because I did not want him to come back to my home. Sorry, y'all, my phone was about to go there. But anywho, Reesa Teesa is telling the truth. Girl, I'm sorry you married him. I'm so sorry. I made him do an HIV test back in the day. He was nowhere even now. I mean, he looks way different now. But like she said, very charming, told the greatest stories. Oh, he's a mirror. If you look at classic narcissism, he did. And at that time, y'all, I had no clue what being a narcissist was. I did not know. I had no clue. But when I say textbook pathological liar, narcissistic with borderline personality disorder, yeah, I got it all diagnosed, y'all, because I had to go to therapy to get over this craziness, thinking that I was cuckoo, and I was not.
The reason for why you didn't want to tell anyone, because it was embarrassment? You were embarrassed that...
Honestly, because it was like, I didn't want to keep bringing it up, if that makes any sense, you know, like one of those things, like I just wanted to heal from it and get past it and be done, you know, because my family, for the most part, knows what happened, and that was kind of all that I needed at that time. You have to realize this was a long time ago, right? So there was no TikTok for me to make videos or whatever the case might be. Not saying that I would have, because I'm a really private person, and it's one of those things, I don't like people asking me and trying to like do this and do that and all the rest of this stuff. It's like, you know what? I'd rather just heal and try to just go forward. That's all, because that motherfucker broke me. He broke me down to bare bones. But I'm going to explain to you guys how I met him. So I was dating this other guy and I wasn't thinking about Jerome because I didn't even know him. But I had just moved to Augusta. This is in 2009. I met him. So I was dating this other guy. And I wasn't thinking about Jerome because I didn't even know him. But I had just moved to Augusta. This is in 2009. I just moved to Augusta. So I was looking for a producer because I sing. So I was looking for a producer. I'm in a new place, whatever. And one of the guy's friends that I was dating said, oh, I got this producer, you know, and I'm like, oh, okay, get in contact with him and invite him over to my house. So that way I can talk to him, get his rates and things like that. Okay. So I ended up talking to him on the phone first. And then I was like, well, you can come over and we can talk logistics. Perfectly fine. So the guy that I was actually talking to, he was like, that, you know, that's cool, whatever, we'll all talk. So everybody in my house at the time were artists, so we were all talking to him or whatever. Well, he ended up started calling me like out the, to the side. Started calling me off to the side. So of course, I'm listening, and and the guy that I was dating, he was way younger than me, so I should have been dating him anyway. He wasn't a minor, but I was in my 30s and he was in his 20s, put it that way. Anyways, I shouldn't have been dating him because, I'm older. I got kids. He ain't got no kids, whatever.
Girl, you can
Anyway.
as long as they can buy you some wine.
Yeah, he was definitely legal. He was like 24, but I was I was like 30, 34, 35. So I was feeling like, I'm 10 years older. So, Jerome was, calling me, acting like he could do this, that, and the other thing. So, he's like, let me just take you out. So I did. And we went out, and he talked, and he fucking talked, and he talked, and he talked, and he, I just want to show you the world, and I want to give you, all these things. So he didn't go into specific details right then. It was when we really started dating.
Where was your mindset when you were hearing this? Like, I don't want to speak in like hindsight. I want to speak to in that moment.
In that moment.
How were you feeling about him? Like, were you like,
I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing that's ever happened. Girl, I was like, damn. Like, oh my goodness, this motherfucker's finna really spoil me. I literally ate it all up. He was that good.
So,
I ate it all up.
So was he like, okay, y'all are dating at this point, I believe, because it's 2009, men were still courting around that time, right? So
yeah,
he was taking.
We were going out, we were going to places, or he would cook. Like, I ain't never had no man cook, because I'm usually the person that's always cooking. You cooking for me? You paying my bills, coming over, and you ain't even staying with me yet. You're paying my bills.
Before
the move-in, honey. Before the move-in, he was paying my bills. So, I'm like, damn, I don't even have to work anymore, because I was working. He would come to my job and tell everybody, oh, I'm getting ready to get her this car. And just as a caveat, if anybody wants to know, if you go to his Facebook page, it's literally right there with my name on it. And it says, this is the car that I got for you. Happy anniversary. And it's outside. It's a red Mustang. It's on his Facebook page. Yes, absolutely. That fucking Mustang was not outside. Hell nah, it was not. I was like, this lying motherfucker.
I gotta find this.
You talking about pissed? I was like, this lying motherfucker. And you post this, I said, oh, this motherfucker, he's so lucky that I won't just blast his ass right here on Facebook.
So,
yes.
When did you get to the point, or how long did it take for you to get with you?
Oh gosh. Few months. Maybe like 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
We already had arrangements of he was going to be paying all bills, everything like that. Was there anything that you were paying?
No, because I quit my job. I didn't have to work. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm going to have to take some notes from you
Not
later on how I'm supposed to do that, because, baby. Okay, so how long in y'all living together did it take for him to then propose? What did that proposal look like? What was that about?
Oh, girl, no. The proposal looked like shit. Put it that way.
Okay.
It should have been a no, because it never set. No, so what I'm saying is that, okay, when the proposal came about, right, the relationship was already crumbling. Yes. That was like a tactic to make me stay, if that makes any sense.
So so y'all were beefing at the time.
Because he was always lying.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Was it a year into the relationship?
Nah, maybe the second year.
Okay, so
Maybe the
y'all
second
were
year.
together for a full year. By the second year, he proposed. Was it like a down on one knee? Was it like
Yeah, it was none of that. It was more so of like, oh, will you? It was just like asking.
Okay. So did he have a ring in hand, or?
You know what? That's a really good question, and that's really sad. I don't remember, but if he did, it wasn't real.
Okay.
Just being honest. I had one ring. I had one ring from him, and it was not a real ring. And the reason why I know that is because I took it to the jeweler to get it appraised, and it was fake. Damn.
So when did y'all get married? Was it what? Describe the wedding. What was that like?
I mean, it was cute, you know. It was nothing big. It was just the kids, my auntie and uncle, because you know my father is alive, but my father despises him to pieces. If my father sees him, he probably will want to, you know, do some things. So my auntie and uncle stood in the place of my dad, and you know, it was the kids, and it was whatever. It was one of those things where it was, and I tell people this all the time, like it was a marriage out of convenience, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he was
because he's
bills.
a disgusting human.
Okay, he was paying bills. I can understand how, you know, you stay for something because it's familiar. It may not be the right thing, but it's familiar. The marriage was cute. He did his little one too. He do like to spend money, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't too much of an issue with spending money. He was gonna pay to play.
Yeah.
We see. So how did your children take to him?
My kids were okay in the beginning, but they didn't like him after the fact, because you start to see, they saw before I saw, you know, if that makes any sense. They could see him before I could see him.
Kids do see
so you know, it was one of those things where, you know, you deserve so much better, you deserve so much, and it's like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that I deserved better, you know.
So do you think that things that you went through growing up, right, you coming from a space where you're in a way struggling, I was trying to find a better word, but
no worries,
struggle, right? You come from struggle, and everything you have to get on your own, and on top of that, there's a level of insecurity when it comes to money. You have a financial insecurity as well as an internal with feelings and emotions and how you show love and stuff like that. Do you think that because of these internal battles that you were having as a woman caused you to not be able to see, you know, the signs? Did you ever see signs?
Yeah.
So
like I seen signs at the end. Yeah.
My question is, when your children were coming to you and expressing that they didn't like something or something was going on, what was your mindset at the time? At that moment?
Okay, just give me some time. Just give me some time. I'm working it out. Because I was going to school for my bachelor's in psychology.
And
so
you
for me, it would have been easier just to stay home and get my bachelor's, right? Literally was one class from getting my damn bachelor's. Until this jackass wants to be acting all, you know, you can't focus when there's chaos.
Yeah.
So once all of that, you know, ended up happening, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Because literally I was right there. I was one semester away from passing my bachelor's all these years. And that's literally the only reason why. Because I wanted to give my kids a better life. And that was my way out. Sorry.
It's okay.
But, you know, sorry.
It's okay.
It's too late to cry now.
Yeah, I just had enough. It was just enough. Enough was enough because, you know, when my son put his hands on him, because I just had, like, he just kept threatening me. And I had enough. And my son beat him up. My son went to jail. And I made Jerome bail him out of jail, and he did. Went to court, talked to the prosecutor. I said, I'm going through domestic violence. I'm afraid. My son was protecting me. He was protecting me. This is why. So she dropped the charge. And then I'm just going to be quick. That motherfucker went. He was impersonating a police officer, and he was stalking a security guard in the complex that we lived in. That lady called the police on him. That's why he went to fuck jail, because he was impersonating a detective of the Atlanta Police Department. He went to jail, and when he went to jail, that's all she motherfucking wrote. I got my shit, I got everything, and I got the fuck on. And he ain't never seen me then, and then I changed my name.
Was your name legally changed?
My name is now legally changed. Back then, when it was not, I made up Ms. Missouri, and that's where I put it on everything, like on my social media, everything, and I blocked him on everything because I did not want him finding me.
Damn.
And my husband was like, he doesn't. If he does find you, he does not want to come over here.
Take us up out of that feeling real quick. Let's talk about what it felt like once you got the divorce finalized, you got the papers in the mail. Girl, what was that feeling? What did you do? Did you go celebrate? Like,
girl, I was jumping up and down in my motherfucking house, and I was calling my family like, "Oh my God, it's right, it's done, it's done." I was elated because I finally had that shit off my back, and that's like the best feeling in the world, other than me marrying my now husband. I was like, or me having my kids, but you know, it was like one of the best feelings in the world because I'm like, God damn it, I wouldn't. It was the best. Everything lifted up off of me, and I was able to breathe. And I said, you know what? I can now be me, and I can now heal from all this shit.
yeah.
And you know, it brings up, you know, shit, but I'm so good. I'm so good. Like, my life has completely took a 360, and I love myself so much because, like, without everything that he put me through, I would have never got here.
Yes, ma'am.
I would have never got here. So I'm grateful for the fucking troubles, the tribulations, all the trials that he put me through, because I would have never got here.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Wheels of Deals. He keeps it lit. Make sure y'all check out Miss Missouri on TikTok. She giving a story. And you seen another girlfriend of his. This is from the first wife, and the first wife was 10 years before the second wife, who is Reesa, Teesa. These women keep going through it. They keep going through it. And to say that a man is charming and he does this to you, I don't know if it's the part of seeing red flags or if it's the part of, you know, some guys just don't, even if they're nice, they still, women are out here looking for the good guys. And then he was a good guy, or so he seemed. But deep down, he was a terrible person. And that kind of looks bad on a lot of men today, because we as men, we have to put up with this. We have to right these wrongs. Her current husband has to right all the wrongs that man put her through. He has to make her feel safe from that man. So shout out to that guy for sticking it out, and he probably going through therapy with her, all type of stuff like this. The story is crazy, but it must go on. I hope that women in this situation do find a way out. I hope women in this situation do see the signs and the red flags and just run from them. And I hope that these stories coming out with social media and stuff like that, that we kind of leave these kind of people alone. Like, they don't really get no shine over here. Everyday people, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'ma holla at you later. Peace.